What's going on, guys? Grayson Weltic with Gator Piss here. Today we're going to be etching some stainless Damascus from Baker Forge & Tool in our brand new Gator Piss MAX. Gator Piss MAX was specifically formulated for stainless Damascus. You're going to get that same great finish that you know and love from the original Gator Piss, now with stainless Damascus. Gator Piss MAX is the superior etchant for stainless Damascus. It's going to give you those great black oxides while leaving the highs nice and polished. MAX was designed to be used at room temperature. No need to double boil or heat up your acid. You're gonna get that great depth without any of the added dangers that come with the double boiling process. So to get started etching, you're gonna need a few supplies. You'll want your shop cloths, your brake clean, WD-40, and some sort of neutralizing agent, whether that be Windex or some sort of baking soda bath. We're using a dry food storage container from Amazon for our etching. This way we get away from the glass and make sure that we are doing this in a safe manner. Today we're gonna be etching some stainless Damascus from Baker Forge & Tool. The alloys are 154 CM and AEBL. For this etch, I've taken this blade up to 600 grit hand sanded. Really consistent lines, really consistent scratch pattern. I've then buffed it with black rouge and then purple rouge. The reason for this is there's gonna be no hand sanding in between etches. This is gonna be the finish on the highs that you'll get after coming out of the acid. Because of that, we want it really polished to ensure that it maintains that high polish finish. Let's get to etching with some Gator Piss MAX. We have this at room temperature, roughly 70 degrees. You always wanna be in that sweet spot between 65 and 85 roughly for Gator Piss products. And we are ready to go ahead and get pouring. Let's go ahead and prep this blade and get it ready to go into the Gator Piss MAX. So to prep this blade, we're gonna go ahead and hammer it with some brake clean. You typically want some sort of degreaser that's not going to leave any residue and gonna make sure that you don't have any remaining rouge or schmutz left on the blade. When we're cleaning our blade and preparing to put it into the Gator Piss MAX, we wanna make sure that the cloth is not getting any rouge left on it after you've done your initial wipes. This is to make sure that you're not spreading any of that rouge that might have been dissolved into the cloth with the brake clean back onto the blade. Now that we have a clean blade, it is ready to go into the Gator Piss MAX. We're gonna go ahead and let this blade set in the acid for about 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes is the suggested soak time. And after that, if you wanna go for more depth, we can go ahead and pull it, buff it, repeat this process, do it again. That was 15 minutes of etching in the Gator Piss MAX. We are now ready to go ahead and neutralize this blade with our Windex. We're gonna go ahead and pull it out. We're looking pretty good here. I do wanna go ahead and chase some more depth, so we're gonna go ahead and neutralize it and wipe it down and get ready to buff it. And then after that, we'll do the cleaning process one more time and get some more depth in a second 15-minute etch. So we're gonna skip the WD-40 this time since we're not letting this hang to set those oxides up. We're just gonna wipe it dry in preparation for buffing with some purple rouge. We're all dried up and we're ready to go to the buffer. We just buffed this piece after its first etch in Gator Piss MAX with some purple rouge. Now it's time to go ahead and strip all that rouge off of this with some brake clean in preparation for the next etch. As you can see here, there's some darkness showing up on the shop cloth. That's the rouge that's being dissolved into solution with the brake clean. We wanna make sure we're not spreading that around. So we're gonna go ahead and use up as much of this one as we can, this shop cloth. And then we're gonna move on to another shop cloth just to ensure that we have no remaining rouge that's being spread on the blade. You can tell when the rouge is getting spread around on the blade because it leaves a filament. It looks like an oily residue. And you want that all gone before you ever go into the acid again. One more quick wipe down. Make sure we got it all spiffed up and ready to roll. And then we're gonna go ahead and dip it back in the max for 15 more minutes to acquire some more of that depth that we're chasing. You really want to make sure that you're getting in all the nooks and crannies, whether it's on the tang or not. Anything that goes into the acid is going to want to be extremely clean. We're all cleaned up, brake cleaned, no rouge remaining on the blade, and we're ready to go back into the acid for another 15-minute soak. I always like to give it a little stir, make sure that there's no bubbles clinging to the blade so that the acid's making contact with all of the entirety of the blade. And we're gonna let it soak for another 15 minutes. We just wrapped up our third etching cycle of 15 minutes. We're ready to go ahead and pull this blade out, neutralize it, and get it prepared to set those oxides in. So for stainless, the oxides set up rather quickly. You don't need to go for a full 6 hours, but we do suggest it to maintain the darkest blacks on the blade. Hitting our blade with our neutralizing agent. Here we are using Windex. Any sort of ammonia-based cleaner will work. Otherwise, baking soda with water is a great option as well. All right, so to get the Windex off, we're just gonna go ahead and hit this thing with some WD-40, and then we will go ahead and let it hang for 6 hours to let those oxides set up. So we just wrapped up etching this stainless Damascus from Baker Forge & Tool in Gator Piss MAX. As you can see, we've got all the contrast in the world. We've got the bright finish that we're after. Same great look as the OG Gator Piss, now available for stainless Damascus. It's effective on just about any stainless Damascus out there, and you're gonna get that same great look without all the hassle of double boiling or heating up your acid, doing weird concoctions of any sort. This is your one-stop shop for etching stainless Damascus. Great results every time. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the new Gator Piss MAX.